So much for an introduction here. Today should be a good day. First of all, about a week or so ago, I had to replace the servo in my TR-MT8E BE6S here. There's the body for it. And here's the truck. We'll get to that in a second. And anyway, I couldn't quite see what was wrong with the servo. And I hooked up a battery to it and got it to spin a bit. And you can see it's missing teeth on that wheel. It's missing probably 1/8 of the wheel at least. There's people who replace these, but I guess I don't really understand because, you know, the servo is old enough or used enough where the other teeth on this are going to break, or teeth on one of the other gear wheels will break. Really hard metal. This is a very expensive, I think, servo for this. It's like a $35 I'd pay on eBay. It's probably much more expensive to get it from Red Cat, but you can see the teeth are missing. Anyway, there's the battery I tested it with. I couldn't see it initially, but it did kind of move, and then you can see where the teeth are going. So I started yesterday, and you know, it only really took a minute. The car was grinding really bad. And maybe as I took it apart, it's not grinding, I guess, because the reduction gears and the center differential are perfect. So after I cleaned the truck last night, I cleaned up the gears and the differential here as best as possible and the casings for it. I didn't, it was, a lot of the grease was missing. So I think that was a big point. I mean, yeah, it's clean now, but it was kind of dirty. But I don't know. I don't know why I heard so much grinding. It might have just been the sound of the gears on gear with no grease. I just have some aftermarket wheels on here. $40, I think. They actually are pretty good. The original tires and wheels for this, I don't know. The foam's gone in them, the original. I don't know what to do. I should show you guys one of these times. I don't know what to do. It's like the wheels are perpetually flat. So it's actually just a few screws to put this back together. I might clean out here a little bit more. And then instead of using anything you're supposed to use, I use motorcycle chain grease. So it broke before without using this, and maybe this has saved it. One thing I did do was I tested the rear and front differentials by spinning it and giving some resistance to the outdrive. And the back differential does seem to have some dirt in it. So I just left it sideways and poured a ton of WD-40 down it last night. So that kind of should clean that out. The front differential was absolutely perfect. So, but the back differential was no slipping, no grinding. It just seemed like a little gritty back there. So I don't know. If gears slipped, they destroy themselves. So I don't think there was slipping. I think it was just the sound of not having enough grease left in the reduction gears, because it's very smooth. The rear and the front differential are very smooth, so it's not that. The center differential came out perfect. Here's the other reduction gear, all nice and clean. So this, I don't think will be an issue once I get this back together. Take a few minutes after I re-grease it. The one thing I did want to talk about is that there's a review on Amazon with this truck, the MT8, I don't know, BE6S. There's the body there, the 6S. That there's a lot of things not made well on this truck, and I would have to agree. The shocks, I filled probably only twice. You can see I've done everything to try to keep the shocks working better. It just leaks. They leak. So I thought, I won't even tell you what I thought about doing. So what I did was, the one shock was even like stuck down too. I had to yank it to, you know, flex it all the way. I did this last night, and I'll tell you what I used. I mean, it's gonna absorb shock really nice today, and I really hope to get some really nice jumps in a video in, if my wife can help me with the video. Yes, I'm in the garage. Yeah. And yes, there's a carpet in the garage. I guess it's kind of an old school Florida thing. Semi-old school, I guess. I kept it. I like it. Fire hazard, but I'm safe. So what I used in the shocks is motorcycle chain grease. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to use that, but it'll be interesting today, and I'll mention in the video I make later today, hopefully, that I made that change so we can see. I mean, before there was no oil in it, so it's just that it was so springy in the jumps and just bottoming out every time, just full spring, no extra compression savings there without the oil. So it's going to be a nice day here in Florida today. It's going to be, I think, high 76. It's it's like 50 right now. It's a little cold in the garage, but yeah, maybe I'll work on this now, and then in a couple hours, it'll be a nice day for some electric RC cars, because temperature will be a little cool. So maybe that's about it. I got it so dirty yesterday with I guess it was a little bit muddy. You can see, instead of using double-sided tape, I use Velcro. You can see there's the ESC, and the power button is Velcro here. And this is the first time the Velcro ever really failed on me, just because it was so filthy. So you know what, I'll probably brush that out or comb that out with a little metal file before I put it all back together. And hopefully that Velcro will stick again. Yeah, I'll hook it up to a 6S later. And I went back to the 11-tooth pinion. I had the 10, but 11's what it came with. Once I have a problem with this one, I probably will go back to the 10. I just think the 11 runs it too hard. And, I destroyed the reduction gears in this before. And what happened was I waited so long that the teeth broke off the reduction gears, and they got all clogged until the point where the truck didn't move anymore. And the broken gears, went all around, and then, because I think these probably broke first, and then the center differential, the teeth were a lot of teeth were broken off of it. So I learned my lesson, kind of. I was going to wait until that happened again. I'm like, nah, maybe not. So, oh yeah, this little tool has taken everything off that I needed to for this little job here. I hook it up to this drill and this extension. And I have a little kit here. And so that's what's going on today. So yeah, I took it apart, and I was really shocked. I didn't find anything broke. I have more reduction gears, but I didn't need them. So we're just going to re-grease this with some motorcycle chain grease and get it going sooner than later. It's 4 screws to take this casing off, 4 screws to get the differential, center differential off, and it was 4 screws to get the bottom of this off. So it really is not a big deal. Yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll be a good day. Stay tuned.